Caller ID blocking system. This is actually an old video that I found on one of my YouTube channels, and I'm going to be restoring it and repackaging it for my new channel now. This is the first telemarketing blocking system that I bought years back. Well, it didn't work quite as well as I thought it should, so I discontinued it. And I think at one point it stopped working when the memory got full, and I had to flush it out. It was quite of a pain of a system because the caller ID wouldn't show up on the rest of the phones once you wired it up. Well, I'm going to let the video talk for itself, and we're going to get to that now, and I'll talk to you later then. Today I am reviewing a caller ID controlling box. Basically what that means is that it blocks unwanted callers from bothering you. Now I got some negatives and some positives about this unit. I'm going to talk about the negatives right now. The first negative I find on this unit is that when you have a caller ringing in and you're in a remote location, say like your kitchen, it doesn't show the caller ID information built on your phone. Number two is when a blocked caller does come in, it doesn't stop ringing the phone until they hang up. Now, you don't hear the ringing itself. It's just that when the caller ID box is still lit, when a blocked call comes in, it means that it's still ringing. And the other thing is that until the caller hangs up, your phone is disabled until they get off your line. And the one thing that I wish they had on this box is that it would have just hung up when it sees the blocked call. It just disables the connection altogether and just reactivates it when they're done. And I have this unit connected to the entire house, which is nice. And I'm going to show you the piece of equipment that I did it with. I used a networking cable that is currently in our wall in our house, and I just crimped the plugs to a network cable, and then I just stripped the wires and color coded them. And these are the boxes here. I labeled them line 1 and line 2, and then there's in and out. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the other box. That's the main line that feeds it down to the basement. This was reasonably priced. I got this off from Amazon. Back when I bought it, it was $80, and by the time I'm doing this video, I've had it for 2 months now. It's been really great. I've had more than 50% less calls come in. And the other thing that's really neat that I found out about this unit, and I don't know if they give up or if the box sends out a signal or something, I don't understand, but if you don't answer the phone, and we've had less people calling here because you can actually hear the box work when you're sitting near it. It just has a little relay click, and it's very small. I mean, it's not loud at all. Click noise, and it works. You know, I would recommend you getting this box to give you some peace and quiet. The things that the telephone company gives you, like the blocking thing, they don't work worth a hoot. but this one does. The other thing I found is that it's nice is that if your power goes out, your phone system still stays running as long as you got phone service. And in a few minutes I'm going to show you how to hook it up to your entire house. And it's just parts that are used in a standard phone system. Like the box I just got done showing you, that's part of it. And I'm going to go down to the basement and I'll show you how it's hooked in. Basically I had to go out to the phone box, which I'm not going to be showing you that, but you just disconnect the phones from the rest of the house, and you have one source in. That would be where all the calls come in, and then you use this box for the rest of the house. Here we are in the basement, and this is our wall of jacks. These are our internet ports, our DSL internet, dry loop lines. This box right here, that's the one that we're concentrating on right now, and the rest of the ones that are below that. This box is what loops the phone service back into the rest of the house, and that's the little unit that goes out to the phone box. And as you can see, well, it's kind of wiry down here, but I'll try to zoom up and so you can see it. Well, the camera's not focusing very good. But anyways, let's see if I can just get up here. Okay, so you can see the in and out jack, and then your line 1 and your line 2. So basically that's, you can see, let's see here. You can see the line 2 has the splitter on it, because if I have a phone down here in the basement. Basically I made this other box because these other 3 lines, because that goes back up to the main office, and there's actually the two lines in this that goes to that office for the caller ID blocking unit, and the rest of these are just the 2 and 3 are for our internet for phone services, which I'll explain in the next couple of videos on what those do. And basically that's all that you have to do and to get your caller ID blocker to work. Then if you want caller ID to show up on the other telephones, you have to buy a separate caller ID box, which I've seen them over at Walmart for like $10, which is nothing. And then you only use 2 leads in any standard phone cable, so you can actually loop your phone service back to whatever part of the house you want, and have it with the caller ID box, so you can see the who's calling your phone. And then that way you can see if that's a phone number that you want to go back to your office to block that phone number. So that's what this unit does in a nutshell. I really do enjoy it. There's like I said, there's more positives than I can really think of right now, but and the negatives are very small. So that wraps it up for this little video.